Hey everyone, it is Robbie here with Muddy Beards 4x4, and I am finally back. And with a little bit different kind of video today. I'm not going to be trying to build anything, I'm not going to be installing anything, but instead I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an update of where I've been and why I haven't been so active this year so far. But I also have something really exciting to show you that's behind me right here that should hopefully allow me to get a lot more projects done in the future. I want to start off today's video with a little bit of shout out to all of you out there, everyone who watches our videos and subscribes to our channel. Kelly and I really appreciate all the support you give to Muddy Beards 4x4, and I just want to thank you for that. And another shout out to Kelly, who has not only held down the fort creating awesome videos, but also just killer content and killer build. You know, that red TJ of his is just an absolute beast now. So with that being said, just my explanation of where I have been. Well, as some of you know, and I kind of alluded to in one of my last videos, I have moved. A while ago, my wife and I decided that we wanted to sell our first home that we bought together, and we wanted to move out into the country and, you know, move out to a place where you get some land and some quiet and, you know, just a place where we thought it was better to raise our young family. And so after lots of searching for a place that checked all the boxes, and of course also that we could afford, we found a place. And for the last 4 months, about 4 months ago, we moved in. And that kind of explains, you know, why I've been so busy, is because I absolutely love this place, but it is a lot of work. And pretty much all of the free time that I normally have for my hobby of off-roading and jeeping, and, you know, even the YouTube channel has been spent, you know, maintaining and upkeeping and rebuilding this property. And so, you know, it's been a lot of work, but I love it. But I am ready to get back into the game. And I think what I'm going to show you today, which I'm pretty excited about, my new shop should help me do that. So let's go check it out. So here is my new workshop, garage, shop, whatever you want to call it. This is a 2,200 square foot shop that does include the attached 2-car garage that my truck is parked in front of here. And I'm just totally stoked to have this much room and a new place to work. And while I'm so fortunate to have a garage to work out of my old house, it was just so cramped in there, you know, with all my tools and the Jeep parked in there and just everything else that goes in a garage, you know, Christmas decorations and camping gear and sports equipment, all that stuff. It was just so cramped. And so I'm definitely looking forward to some more room for tools, you know, to work on my Jeep, and maybe even for some more projects. So let's actually go inside of this thing and check her out. First place I'm going to show you is nothing really special. It's just the attached 2-car garage that is part of this 2,200 square foot shop. And even this area right here, just this, I mean, actual 2-door 2-car garage. I mean, even this area is far bigger than the garage that I had, you know, back in my old place. You know, this is just supposed to be the parking garage. That's what it's supposed to be. You know, my wife always gave me such a hard time that, you know, my Jeep was always parked in the garage and not her, you know, not her car. And so now we should be able to have room to be able to do that. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing much work in here, although it does have a 220 outlet already wired into this place. It's even labeled welder by the previous owner. So I mean, I could be doing some work in here, some other projects. You can see I got my old Trail 90 that I was trying to get running to bomb around the property on, but right now it's just already full of junk, of course, as garages are, and my wife still doesn't park in it. But anyway, this area is just kind of your typical detached 2-car garage, but again, it's just all that extra space. But let's actually walk into the shop. So the shop, of course, is through this door, and as you can see already, I definitely need some lighting. That is one issue I definitely want to address. But as we walk in this first room, one thing I have to say is that when we first bought this place, this shop was disgusting. This property had been abandoned for a while, and this shop was just full of rodent feces and spider webs so thick that they just crackled when you put your arm through them. But it still needs a lot of work, but the bones of this place are pretty killer. So this first room is where I'm planning on, I think, doing most of my fabricating. And it's going to be so awesome to keep everything all separate. So this room's pretty big, even got a window, which is nice. leads out to the pasture there. And so I think I'm going to be doing most of my welding and fabrication and all that stuff. I got a few tables already set up in here. There's quite a bit of room to move around. I've already got some of my metal shelving put in, and there's some shelves here. You can see I already got some Cherokee parts laying around, and some storage even underneath this, this staircase and everything that leads to the loft. So definitely plenty of room. A couple sweet things that were left over. This is this old DeWalt radial arm saw. It works. The thing actually works great. It was just left here along with this big table. So, if I'm ever doing any kind of woodworking projects and stuff like that, I got that. But this first room, I think, is really going to be dedicating to that. This is going to be where I'm probably going to be doing most of my, working, my building and stuff. So I do have a whole bunch of lights laying down here that I can get working to get some more light in here and all that stuff. But this is a nice big open space for work, and I'm pretty excited. So if we walk in here, this is actually where the third bay leads to, and of course this is home to my Jeep. So this is where I'm going to be doing most of the work on my Jeep. This is where it's going to be parked, and again, just so much more space. This space right here is even more space than I had in my previous garage. A lot of old shelves and stuff were already here, so I got a bunch of tools already stocked up in here. My welder, which again I'll probably be moving into that room when I get all that set up. It doesn't actually have a 220 outlet in there, but it is, the box is in there. So here's the Jeep. She hasn't moved much since I've moved. Pegboards and everything, all this stuff was actually already here, but like I said, just lots of cleaning and organizing that still need to be done. Plenty of room to put more lights and everything like that. And look, another window, which is also pretty killer. So as far as the Jeep goes, just a little bit of update on that. There's not a ton of light in here, but really I haven't been able to do much. I've gone on one wheeling trip since I've moved. I did get to try out the Hydro Assist. I know I had some people asking me about some updates on that. I'm actually really excited how it worked. Couldn't really feel much of a difference when you're just doing normal trail riding, but when you were in like rocks or something that was a little bit more hardcore, like going over big steep ruts and stuff, where normally when you get your tire stuck down into the rut and you try to turn and you can kind of just feel the, not wanting to turn, that's where the Hydro Assist made a difference, and I could totally tell. A couple things I do need to address. When the steering is turned all the way to the left, that means when the ram is actually fully extended, my power steering was starting to make a little bit of a noise. The pump was. And so it's full right now, like it's full of fluid and all that and bled and everything. But I think the issue is when the ram is totally full, full extended and full, it's actually draining all the fluid out of the pump. So I may need to look into something to get a little bit bigger reservoir for the power steering pump. So that might be a future project to look at and to look forward to on the channel. But anyway, this will be the room where I do most of the work on the Cherokee. So pretty cool. And if we come back through this first room we walked into, there's another set of rooms here on the right. So this room again is pretty gross. I haven't really got a ton moved in here. I mean, I just kind of got a lot of like your basic shop stuff, painting supplies and stuff, and some hardware. This is actually a metal table, a pretty decently heavy duty metal table, which I don't have for like, welding projects and stuff. So I may move this out. It's kind of gross. I had to clean it up a little bit, but all this stuff was just sort of left in here. So I may use that as my fabrication table possibly, but also these just cool little gems that were left in this garage from the previous owner. I love to bass fish, so that's pretty cool. A lot of his posters and stickers and stuff are still up here. Again, a whole bunch of just shelving and just room. Another window, more tables. All this stuff was left in here. Just more and more room to do things. And then there's also this really cool room back in here. Check this out. Again, the guy had all kinds of really interesting signs and stuff. This is a really interesting room. I just have a lot of my fishing equipment and stuff in here for now. I think the previous owner was like tying flies and stuff in here. I think he was clearly a fisherman. Here's some more kind of cool stuff. I don't know. But he's even got like, the magnifying glass. I think that's what people use for tying flies. I don't know. I mean, there's even some old fishing lures and stuff that were left in here. So underneath all the cobwebs that I had to remove. But this is a kind of a cool little room. Check out all the stickers and stuff he left over. This guy was clearly in the Navy and clearly worked for Boeing as well. I can tell his life story by his stickers. So these two rooms, you know, I'm not really sure totally what I'm going to be doing with them. I think ultimately in the future would be really cool to actually, that wall, you know, goes to the outside. And so you have the bay where the Cherokee is on the other side of this wall. I think it would be really cool to have another actual bay door there, and then just kind of open up these walls and then just make this all one big room like the bay is on the other side where, you know, my Jeep is. And that way I would have, you know, another place to park another vehicle, another place to work on another vehicle. That's going to take a little work and stuff, but it's definitely possible. The issue is about opening up this shop. You know, this shop is not necessarily laid out, I think, like an automotive enthusiast would want, like a big wide open shop. You know, it's all compartmentalized with different rooms. Problem is that there's a loft above us, and which I'll show you in a second. So most of these walls are load bearing. I know that can be addressed and fixed, but that's something just down the road. But for now, I mean, just check out all this extra space. This place is killer. But one last thing, just kind of show you, is up these stairs. Talk about storage. You can never have enough storage. Turn a light on here. There we go. All this extra storage. This pretty killer loft. I mean, the thing is huge. And another window over there. We already got quite a bit of stuff in here. Ultimately, I think it'd be super cool to kind of finish this place out. You can't really see in here. It's pretty dark. Not very good lighting once again, but I think it'd be really cool to finish this place out and, you know, carpet it, drywall, all that stuff, and kind of make it like a game room or a rec room or something like that. I think that would be really cool in the future. But for now, it's just all that stuff that normally I had to work with, you know, and next to like all of our camping equipment, sporting goods, and just basic stuff, Christmas decorations, all my wife's stuff is over there, and it's out of the way. I don't have to worry about it being in my way or getting dirty and getting metal shavings and stuff all over it. So this place is pretty cool and should give me a lot more opportunities to work on my Jeep. So that concludes this video and the walk around of my new shop. Why don't you guys leave a comment down below of what you think of the place. What do you think I should do to maybe upgrade it? Maybe what tools I should get now that I have some more room, and, you know, maybe even throw a comment down below of what you think I should do on the Cherokee next. What would you like to see me do next? So again, I just want to say just thanks from the bottom of my heart for all the support you give Muddy Beards 4x4. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button. You can also check out our webpage if you want to support the channel further. And of course, until next time, we'll see you on the trail and get a good look of some friends of mine. Hey guys. We'll see you on the trail.